There's been so much trade talk with the Los Angeles Lakers, but it's starting to seem they may start the season with Russell Westbrook. I don't think it's a terrible idea. Now, LeBron's getting killed for bringing him last season, and it just didn't work out. Now, I will be brutally honest, again, from a Hooper's perspective, I didn't quite see it working, but he must have thought something else was going to help it. But I have it broken down into 4 things that will make Russell Westbrook actually work with the Lakers and make them title contenders. You've got 3 max players, 3 all-stars, 3 incredible basketball players, and you've got a little bit more of some supporting role around them. Can they make it happen? I think so, and I'm going to give you those 4 things that Russell Westbrook absolutely must do, and if he does, you better watch out. Them Lakers are going to be a good squad. I am your NBA white guy. I talk all things NBA hoops from a Hooper's perspective. This is also a platform for all you other Hoopers to make your comments come to life, so make sure you're always commenting down below what your opinions and thoughts are, and I will be exposing those on this channel. So to do that, make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the bell so you're notified every time I do a new video. So there's 4 things that Russell Westbrook absolutely must do to not only continue to be a Laker, but make the Lakers contenders for the championship. These are things that are going to come down to psychology and just the mental and things that basketball players, that real Hoopers understand. And I hope, man, I really hope that he is, thinking about this and also is thinking about being an actual team member for the Lakers. I think after hearing all of the rumblings, I couldn't imagine when your name is getting thrown out there that badly, and then last season shooting so poorly and having the Westbrook, name attached to him. It's got to be tough, but here's exactly what he needs to do. First and foremost, Darvin Ham has come out and said, look, I got my guy. I'm backing him. I'm excited to coach Russ. That's how he's supposed to act, but I think there is something there. When you listen to any NBA player do any kind of podcast or, get the question asked about being Russell Westbrook's teammate, what it's like, and everybody says, I loved it. The dude shows up to work. He is absolute killer. He's got your back. He is my brother. So the NBA players know this. Now, a lot of the analysts and a lot of the people who've never even dribbled a basketball are having these just blasphemous types of opinions and comments about Russell Westbrook. But really, and at the end of this, I want you to comment down below what else you think that Westbrook absolutely must do, or if he's just unfixable for the Lakers. So I really want you guys to comment down below, and I'll do a follow-up video talking about your guys' comments and what Russell Westbrook and the Lakers need to do. Number 1, it's really going to boil down to himself. You know it, I know it. He's got to tell himself, you know what? I'm a $47 million player, and last year sucked. That's the worst thing about it. Yes, he's making all the money, but he's not happy playing the sport that he loves. And it's really going to boil down to him personally saying, all right, I have to do whatever I have to do to not only be a Laker, but to be a starter. Darvin Ham came out and said, look, I'll bench anybody. I don't care. He was really pointing the finger at Westbrook, but he's got to tell himself, I'm going to take on any role that I possibly can. Now, coming from a Hooper's perspective, there's one thing that Russell Westbrook can tell himself to do. If LeBron is bringing the ball up the floor, then I'm going to run around as much as I possibly can. I'm going to come off screens, set screens. I'm going to cut. I'm going to run the baseline. I have got to get a few of these defenders turning their heads and looking at me, right? The problem with the LA Lakers offense was absolutely terrible last year, and Vogel's a defensive-minded dude, which everybody thought was amazing, but he ran no offense. It was LeBron bringing the ball up, everybody stand, there's about 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and he's jacking something up in the air. It's a terrible plan. You had nobody moving. This is something Westbrook can do. He's the most athletic point guard we've probably ever seen. He still has bounce. He still can get to the rack. He's gonna draw a lot of fouls. He can hit free throws, but when he stands there on the three-point line, nobody's looking at him. But if he's cutting baseline, if he's trying to get open and LeBron's hitting him with passes, or they get 1-2 passes down to AD, and then Russ is cutting, this is going to open up the offense. So he's got to tell himself, I'll do anything, I'll play any role, period. And cutting, moving, this is something that's going to open up this offense, and if we get a couple shooters around, they can knock down these shots. And I challenge you, Darvin Ham, to make him do this. Make him move around, make him acknowledge his player and his athleticism. Let him be an athlete again. If LeBron's going to bring the ball to the court, then get him open in the paint, get him slashing, get him the ball, and let him go in there and finish. Now, this will be the most important part of the 4. It's really going to boil down to LeBron James just being good with his homie. Look, you brought this guy in. Now, last year, every time Westbrook would throw the ball away, or basically anybody threw the ball away, or anything happened, LeBron had his head down. I am the biggest LeBron fan. I think he's the GOAT. I love him. I don't miss one of his games. But it drives me nuts when he slouches his head and he's always pointing. This kills a team. I am having talks with my son right now. He's 10. So I got to play all the way up into the collegiate level, and I was always a leader, and you get these kind of insights from playing the game that long. But when the leader of the court is having those emotions, the entire energy of the entire team falls down. I remember this really heavily in college. We went on like a 2, 3, 4 game slump, and guess what happened? Everybody in the locker room, including our leader, was just pointing fingers. We continued to lose. We didn't have each other's back. It is okay to lose a game. It is okay to make a mistake. And LeBron, as a leader, you have got to go up to Russ and go, you got this, dude. It's okay. Hey, great steal. You missed a layup. You're going to get it next time. I got you. Hey, if I pass you that ball, knock it down. You missed this one. It's okay. That is the kind of stuff that's going to give Westbrook the mental to make it. He can't make a shot right now because he's so mentally mind-screwed that he's going to make a mistake that he keeps making mistakes. I just went through this with my 10-year-old son. Now, he plays in the 4th grade league, and when he does that, he's literally tearing up the league. Nobody can stop him, and he was harping on some players the other day about getting the ball. I said, don't. If they are getting the rebounds and they're doing stuff, if they're missing a layup, that's fine. That's what they're supposed to do at this age. But if you're tearing them down, they're getting more nervous. They don't want to pass you the ball. You got to go build them up. He started doing that, and all the kids got the rebounds, gave it to him. It's mental. When LeBron does this, Westbrook's going to be freed up a little bit more. He's going to shoot the ball. Now, when my son went and played with the 6th graders, the grades, 2 ahead, and he was now playing a whole different role. Those guys would pass it to him. He was so nervous. He would turn his head already and miss the ball, and it'd go out of bounds or something. He was that nervous. And they said, you're all good, Hank. You got this. Just keep playing. And he went in there and played. So I had to tell him that. Do you remember when you played with those older kids and they were saying, you got this, Hank, and it made you feel so much better? That's what LeBron's got to do too. I'm serious, guys. This is how easy basketball can be. Your leader has to just go in there and say, I got you. You got this. You're an athlete. You're a triple-double monster. If you make some mistakes, go get it back on the defensive end. That will uplift the team. And guess who else sees that? Every other Laker. Everybody on the bench, the coaching staff. That's why these teams who always win the championship, they're the tightest in the locker room. That is super important, and I think that's probably the most important thing that will help LeBron James and obviously Russell Westbrook and the Lakers contend next season. Again, I need you guys to comment down below what you guys think. Do you think Russell Westbrook's still going to be a Laker at the start of the season, end of the season? What's your thoughts on this? And if you're liking this kind of content from a Hooper's perspective, then make sure you are tapping that subscribe button so you never miss a video. The number 3 thing that Russell Westbrook absolutely must do, shoot it when you're open. Now you might be saying, no, don't let him shoot. The big difference between this, again, when he's open and he gets the ball, shoot it right there. The problem is, in his mind, he's like, I don't want to miss this. So when he catches it, he kind of waits, he jab steps, he does it, and then he's jacking it up. You're out of rhythm. You've got to shoot in rhythm. I've seen that dude hit a lot of threes, and guess what? It's when he's dribbling down and he does that crossover up and it's a shot. That is when you're in rhythm, catch it, shoot in rhythm, whatever you have to do. He's even really good. He didn't do it good last year at dribble left, go up and kiss it off the glass. He's got a great bank shot jumper, and this is, again, when he starts making those shots, draws the defense out. Last year he wasn't making anything. Nobody was telling him he's doing a good job. He was on an island. The news is tearing him down. He's got to have this team on his back. He's got to, tell himself to, when I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. And the problem is, he won some games with his shots last year, but he was always in his mind. You could see him just wait for a fraction of a second, or he would do 2 extra dribbles instead of shooting. And those are the things that tells me he's very, very nervous to miss right now, and he's going to continue. That means he's thinking about his shot way more than just being an athlete, and that's why his shots were just atrocious last year. So he's got it. Look, he can go into the gym and he can shoot 8,000 3-pointers a day. It's not going to help. I'm telling you that right now. You can go out to the golf range right now and hit 10 million balls and be amazing, and the first time you go to that tee and there's 5 people watching you, you're going to slice it into the woods. It's a mental psyche game. So you've got to be able to, and the beautiful part about basketball is you've got a team that can help build you up. But the shots in the gym, all that stuff, yes, do it, get the repetitions, but it's going to be in game, catching it in rhythm, shooting. And that's why I think he needs to be cutting more, getting to the back. If he sees one ball go in, whether it's a layup, anything, that's what frees you up. You got to see that one fall. So make sure that you're shooting when you catch it. The number 4 thing, Westbrook, be a dog. Just go in there and be the Pat Bev. Get into people's faces. Get some steals. You don't have to go out there and score 20 points. You don't have to score 12 points. Go get 15 rebounds a game. Go get 5 steals. Go in there and take some charges and be a dog. Get your team back. If you want the team to love you, they don't care about you scoring 20. They want freaking you in there being a dog, pestering all of the other best players, getting steals, getting in people's faces. That's one of the most important parts to a team. I love Draymond for that, and I hate playing against him. I love Pat Bev for that, and I hate playing against him. Westbrook, make sure that everybody loves playing with you and hates playing against you. You can do it. Go in there and be that dog. I guarantee you will earn the locker room back, you will earn the coaching back, and you'll earn LeBron back, and then they'll have your back, and everything else will fall in place. Again, guys, I need you guys to comment down below what you actually think. Is he gonna be a Laker, or what is it that he can do to make these guys championship contenders? If he does these 4 things and the team buys back in, I think it's gonna happen. And make sure that you hit that like button, you comment down below your thoughts, I'll make sure to talk about them, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. And until the next video, homies, we'll catch you later.